What's up, guys? Welcome to another Talking Bull podcast. I'm Anthony, aka the Talking Bull. I got D-Rock here with me, aka the Horror Squid, aka from the Squid Layer. And we're going to do another podcast. What's going on, dude?
Not much, man. So when you said we're going to do a podcast,
D-Rock has a story. I can't wait.
So right before this, I was like, let me go back and rewatch the last thing we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's been a while.
Yeah, since I was like, we're gonna try and do it on a regular basis again.
I didn't realize that. Well, hold on. So I clicked the video.
Mm-hmm.
I did been a while. But I opened up the video. I'm wearing a Christmas sweater. The last time we did this podcast was a year ago.
It's our yearly wrap up.
And
Dude.
it's mostly my fault. I'm just kind of busy, and we had a kid, and I'm sorry. But hey, man, you're good. Now.
Life
I'm
goes
making
on,
effort.
You know? Exactly. So yeah, again, we're gonna try to bring this week to week. We're gonna keep it an hour. We're gonna go good to go. It's gonna go up on audio. It's gonna go up on video. We're good. We're going to have a new Instagram for it as soon as I make one. Completely dedicated to the podcast, my YouTube stuff, my Twitch stuff, as well now, D-Rock's YouTube and Twitch stuff whenever he posts whatever he would like to post on there as well. So, completely new dedicated Instagram. As soon as I open it up, I will put the link down below, as well as all of our other links. You can find us on all of our social medias. And next week I will tell you which ones they are. But until then, let's get into the nerdy news that you need to know or should know. So
I honestly thought you were about to say, until next time. I'm like,
started. Hard out, we're gone. It's just telling you we're doing a podcast. Anyways, yeah. So big news this week. I think the biggest news probably this week was you're going to hear my chair so much on this podcast. I need to not move. Anywho, the Insomniac leaks. I'm just going to call them what it is. Douchebag hackers hacked into it, stole a bunch of data, ransomed it out, and they're like, we're not paying that. So they were like, we're going to leak it all. And they did. So we got...
Terrible.
Yeah, it's awful. Like, why are you getting do that?
Not even just the games. Not even just all that. They leak people's personal information.
Yeah, not cool, man. Not cool at all. Like, why would you do that? Like, and for what, though? Like, what could you possibly gain from that? Like, I know they ransomed it for money. Obviously, that's the personal gain that they're trying to do. But, like, in all reality, like, for what, though? Did you really think they were going to give you money? Like, how often do these things get paid money? It's just,
I have no idea.
Stupid.
None.
And it makes
nothing
like
at all.
Exactly, and it makes like all their hard work and everything just go to crap. So we were talking about it beforehand, what we were actually gonna say and what we were gonna do. And I know I've talked about leaks on the podcast like numerous times, but I think this time in the fairness of not spoiling for everyone, because I know a lot of people like they're in the games and they're just excited for when a game comes out, or it's like me and D, we see a thing and half the time we read a spoiler because we want to know. So I think this time I'm going to stick to, they got hacked. We know all the games that are coming out. If you want to go look that up, go ahead. I'm not going to say anything, I think, this time. You know? I'm just going to be like, you check it out later. And that's that. But I will say that there is have you seen this? There's the version of Wolverine that got leaked.
Yes. I did watch some of the gameplay.
I've seen a couple clips because I didn't want to ruin it too much. What I thought was really funny is just the people like begging on them. Like, oh, this is bad. I'm like, dude, it's like 5% of the actual final build. But apparently...
There's parts of the videos where it's like, it's just gray background.
Yeah,
it's just...
there's nothing there at all in the slightest.
It's like when the GTA 6 shit leaked a few years ago and people were like, this looks like ass. Well, no fucking shit.
It's not a finished game.
Done.
So you got modders and hackers try to finish the game. And I'm like, how about you just let Insomniac finish shit?
Oh, man. People are wild, dude.
They are.
People are wild.
But in also on this This is where I laugh. People are downloading the version of this game just straight onto their computer. And Insomniac, because they're not stupid, can obviously see all this. And they're sending it to their IP things, right? And getting them taken down from their ISP service, right? I'm like, why are you downloading this without a VPN? I'm just like, the pure stupidity of it. I'm going to download this game that you should know is going to get you hit with a DMC takedown and ISP and all that shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Just the pure stupidity without doing. And then to complain that the game is bad. Like, it was really stupid to me for that.
Just think people just are gonna complain, and people who are downloading it, they're just impatient. They're just, I don't know. I don't want to say they're dumb, because I mean, I get it. I mean, if you really want to check it out, I want to see what this is.
Yeah.
Cool, but also it's like, don't support these people who leak this shit, man.
Like, that's like, that's where I draw the line at downloading. To download a game that's like what 5-10% done, and then first of all complain, and then second of all like do it in the first place. Like, no, let the people who are working on the game download or finish the damn game and play it at what comes out. You can't wait a year and a half. Like, it's not that far off. So
it's like people who see like set pictures from movies and they're like, this movie looks like. So I'm like, it's a set picture.
Not even in context.
It's a fucking grainy cell phone picture somebody took from the top of a building. What?
Can't, like, and that it was what was it, the Batman set leaks with the motorcycle, and everyone's like, why is he out in the middle of the day, and why doesn't he have a cape and everything? And now they're calling that the greatest cinematic masterpiece of all time, and it's like, come on, guys, you can't, take your bed and lie in it too. Bunch of
funny you bring that movie up. That is one of the things we talked about last time.
I like to be consistent. I'm consistent, if anything.
But yeah, while we're on the topic of leaks and stuff, so you know how like right before that, the Rockstar shit got leaked, the GTA 6 trailer.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out the guy who leaked that is being held by like the government. He's like being held in a hospital for life, pretty much, like a mental hospital, because he's unstable and he's threatened, if you let me out, I'm gonna do it again.
He did too. Like, he hadn't even been released yet. And he was like, I'm gonna do more. We're like, dude,
you can't stop me. I'm gonna do it again.
That's like, you're in Arkham. You are in Arkham. That's where you're like, you need help, man. You definitely need help. You're already in custody, and the second you get a spot to speak, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna do it again. I'm like, no. Oh man,
it's wild, man, wild.
Dude, that sucked too. That leak, cause like, so the GTA 6 trailer leaked the night before, cause you couldn't wait 12 hours.
It wasn't even the night before. It was the middle of the day.
Yeah, like
because I remember Kind of Funny had been talking about wanting to go. They were like, oh, tomorrow we're all coming in, like, at the butt crack of fucking dawn to, to live stream it.
Yeah, it was coming up crazy early in the morning.
Yeah, and then like in the middle of them doing one of their shows, or right before they were all leaving the office, I think one of them mentioned it was like Roger or something like that, right? It's like, it leaked, the trailer leaked, and Tim like apparently like panicked. It was like, what do we do? But they figured it out. But
well, it's like I messaged you. I was like, be careful, it leaked. I was like,
yeah. I think it was at like 5 p.m. Because I think for them it was like 3 or 4 p.m. or something. Because I think they're like 2 hours ahead of me. But that shit sucks. Because like the hype behind stuff getting released like that is awesome, and I'm just tired of leaks. It goes back to the whole thing of where I mentioned before, where I don't like spoilers. I like being surprised. Like,
dude, you are the ultimate unfortunate when it comes to fucking spoilers, because even though I spend a good chunk of my day on Twitter not seeing anything, you somehow, even without half the social media you have installed, get spoilers. It blows my fucking mind, and I feel so bad all the time for you.
It happened to me the other day. I was scrolling through, I think it was Instagram Reels, or I think it. No, I think it was TikTok or something. I don't know. I haven't watched this show in a long time. But like, I'm a fan of it. I know it's not the greatest. I prefer the comics, but I started it, and it's one of those things. I'm like, I got to see it through. Haven't finished it, but just randomly scrolling. I don't look up this content at all. Fear the Walking Dead had something come up. And like a main character was like, so and so walks up on so and so dead, and I'm like, oh, well, that's
Thanks.
fucking cool. Okay,
yeah.
well, I'm like, why is this showing me this? I haven't talked about it. I haven't looked anything up about it. But yeah, happens.
Yep. Dude, and then like
that's the first one in a while, though. I think
the Suicide Squad leaked too. Like it doesn't come out for 2 more months, but the entire game is out there. Like,
oh yeah,
the plot, everything.
The plot, spoilers. I'm gonna be honest with you. That sucks. It really does. Again,
does.
I hate shit getting leaked, but I've got no interest in that game.
I am so done with that game that I'm just like, if I see spoil, I don't care. But like, to the people who don't want that shit spoiled, that sucks, man. And they gotta spend 2 months dodging spoilers on everything. Like, stop leaking shit.
Yeah,
it's too much. Like, set photos are one thing where you're like, oh, that looks cool. I can't wait to see it in the movie. But like, fucking, we're leaking entire game plots, trailers, 6 years worth of content. Enough.
To an extent, my thing right now is I'm over all the Deadpool 3 shit getting leaked. Like,
yeah,
all right, cool. Oh, Wolverine's in it, dope. But then like, all these fucking characters, all these people coming in. I'm like, dude, stop announcing them. Just let us be surprised. Like, so there is one instance where the hype was too much for me. It was unbearable. Where I went and spoiled No Way Home for myself. Like, I went and looked. Okay. I sought out the leaks. But the problem is that the leaks were borderline, like, not real.
Yeah.
So it could have went either way. And then I saw somebody was like, oh, the Andrew Garfield video that everybody saw of him, like, on the scaffolding.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, that's a deep fake. And I was like, oh, shit, I guess he's not in the movie. So even me seeing the stuff, Andrew Garfield, seeing Tobey Maguire, seeing all them on set, like, I'm like, all right, this is 50-50 chance if they are or not in the movie. But I was so hyped for them to be there that when I finally saw, dude, I still lost my mind.
Oh, it's even still though, fantastic.
Like, I was like, here it comes. But I mean, like, that's like the one thing. Other than that,
the worst part though is the trailer doesn't help. Because there's a shot in the trailer
wide shot
where you see the lizard get kicked in the face by air.
Yeah.
And you're like,
it gets kicked in the face by air,
and no one thought to fix it.
Yeah. He gets kicked in the face, but I'm sorry. Oh shit. Sorry guys, we're recording this.
I mean, it is midnight. Like,
yeah, midnight. No, Jesus Christ, my brain. Yeah. No, and also if you look at the other villains, like, who are they jumping at?
Yeah.
You've got
the second I saw that trailer, I'm pretty sure I texted you and I was like, they're in it. Like,
yep. But I mean, that was like a hype moment for me, even though
super hype,
it got spoiled.
Super hype.
For the most part, I can't stand spoilers. I can't stand people on Twitter. I can't stand people on like
dude,
just
TikTok
even
is the worst.
Sites.
They just sit here like this now and record the movie.
Yep. I can't. It's just news articles. It'd be like, you'll never guess what character died, but they're in the thumbnail. I'm like, that's cool.
If there's so I have this thing. If there's a movie coming out that I really want to see, I pretty much stop going on Twitter or any website like 4:00 that Thursday.
Shit, it's not even that, dude. It's usually like a week to a month out for me. But like, what I do is like on Twitter when I do get back on there, I mute. I go
that's
the words.
Smart.
I mute everything. Like right now, I've got Marvel, anything Marvel. Like, or if the movies come out, I'll be like, for instance, like Guardians. I muted Rocket, Guardians, Groot, Peter Quill, Star-Lord, all that, just so where nothing pops up.
It's smart, man. It's smart. You need to do that in this day and age now, because like everyone just wants to spoil everything, like we said.
That's fucking lame.
But at least like Insomniac did put out a statement. They put out this big like long statement saying like, thank you for people who supported us. we're working hard on the game. It sucks that this happened because obviously they leaked all their employee shit, which is just a douchey fucking thing to do. And then the game's still coming out. We're still working hard on it. Thank you for your years of support. And I was like, man, I love Insomniac, and that shit sucks. Especially like
good games, man.
All your projects, all your contracts, all your shit gets leaked like that. That sucks ass. It just takes like 6 years of fucking, unveilings and shit right out of their sales. So hopefully by year 6 everyone will forget and we can just be like, oh yeah, that's cool. Because I love a good reveal, man. That's why we watched 3 hours of the Game Awards on Twitch when we did.
Oh, exactly, yeah. And again, go back to what I was saying. Like, I just like being surprised. It's like I'm like, as an adult, there's not much like surprise in life anymore. Mm-hmm. It's just so it's like these.
That's why being a comic
things,
nerd is great.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just I get stoked on that kind of stuff, and when it gets spoiled or leaked and all that other stuff, it's just a bummer, man.
Mm-hmm. You know what's not a surprise? That Jonathan Majors got fired. That's my segue. How was it?
That was good. It's good. It's good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good segue.
Yeah. So, court said he was guilty. Not getting into whether or not he was. That's not what we do here. But, yeah. He got fired. Kang is out.
Krang?
You mean Kang? I keep calling him Kang. He's not a little brain dude. he's a dude from the future
Yeah.
But you know what, man? Like, okay, so he's fired. They can't use him as the big bad. But to me, they've already deflated his importance when he gets beat by Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Like, variant or not, he got defeated by Ant-Man. Like, how is that? And every other medium, like, it takes all the Avengers. This one, it took Ant-Man and his kid.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't really that hyped on him. I didn't really like the way the character was portrayed and stuff. What I got to watch of Loki, I think we only have one episode left still, but even him in there as that variant, I was just like, I don't like this. I don't like his acting.
He's not menacing, though, like, at all.
Yeah. What I can't stand about it is that they're wanting to move away. They could write it to where the TVA got him under control.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, just recast him with somebody else because it's a multiverse. They all don't have to look like him. We've established that. I mean, clearly. Look at all the different Lokis in the Loki show.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I guess Marvel at this point is like, all right, well, I guess we are going to do Fantastic Four, and I know they were leaning towards Doom. So,
from what I've read, they don't want to pivot off of Kang to do Doom. They want to keep Doom where he is.
Good. I'm keep Kang, keep what you're doing, and just recast, do somebody else. I saw some fan castings. One of the fuck's his name? Finn from Star Wars.
He's like, no.
He was like, nope.
He don't want nothing to do with it.
Nope. I don't blame him after how Disney treated him and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think it was Disney. I think it was just like Rian Johnson came. You know what? I'm not going with the Star Wars rant. We're not doing this. But I saw another fan casting was.
That's me jumping off the deep end.
Was oh my god,
that
Denzel
movie
Washington.
Sucked so bad it was fucking terrible. Let's cast a guy who just says I'm gonna throw everything out the window because I don't like it. That's how you do a middle trilogy movie.
And then bring the guy who did the first one of the new trilogy back for the third one to pick up the fucking pieces. And
we gotta save it. That's so stupid.
We got really derailed. I was trying to not do this.
I know, but I wanted to derail it, man.
Did you see that recently? Even more of the cast has come out and they're like, yeah, we had no idea what was going on. They were still trying to figure it out.
They had no idea what to do after fucking dude was like, I wanted to take everything Star Wars and throw it out the window. And I'm like, then why did you want a Star Wars movie?
Fucking Phasma. Well, did you have any more to say about about the Kang stuff, or was that it? Because I got a good segue here.
No, go for it. Marvel's out their rocker anyways.
Speaking of Star Wars, good old the curator of the DCEU, which is no more, Zack Snyder, his new movie Rebel Moon coming out was apparently a movie he pitched to Disney as a Star Wars movie, but they were like, no, sir.
Speaking of that, I saw. Sorry, cut you off. I just want to say this before I forget. I saw a clip of this chick, and it looked like lightsaber tonfas that she opens, and I was like, I wasn't going to watch this movie because I heard it was bad, but I think we owe it to ourselves to watch it and then talk about it.
Sure, if you want to talk about it, we can watch. If you want to do a review of it, that's the only way I will watch it.
I do, because it looks very not good. And I've only seen one clip in production stills.
and that was my point. Getting to this part was I watched the trailer. I was like, okay, cool, you know.
Yeah.
I like sci-fi stuff, man. This trailer sucked.
Dude can't write, man.
It's so Zack Snyder, and it's bad. Watching it.
Look at me, I'm Zack Snyder.
It's Sony level action movie bad, in the sense of like what they did with the Marvel movie, you know, like their Venom and you know their upcoming fucking Madam Web movie. Jesus fucking Christ!
Marvel,
we're not on
Marvel. I've said this to you 100 fucking times. Stop letting Sony make fucking movies about villains without their fucking hero tied to them. It is so goddamn pointless.
What happened to the Craven movie? The trailer dropped and you haven't heard a word about it ever since.
I can't.
It's so bad, so dumb. Anyway, Zack Snyder just needs to stop. People really need to like put their foot down and like
dipshit, I'm gonna cut you off again, I'm sorry. Dipshit 2 weeks ago was like, hey, if you could continue the DCEU on Netflix, would you? And he's like, hell yeah. And I'm like, you fucking idiot. You just know how to get your stupid goddamn fucking fanboys riled up about your greatness masterpiece that is your piece of shit DCEU.
Wait, hold on. Someone asked Zack Snyder this?
Uh-huh, and he said yes.
The only... I was gonna say no one wants to come back, but I think they'd all come back except for Batfleck. He's the one who's like, nah.
No, dude, none of them coming back, man. Dude, he's done.
No, I mean,
like Cavill's going over to make a great Warhammer movie.
Oh yeah, which was announced that it's
going into full thing. Yeah, it's in there. Let's go. Henry Cavill, man, awesome, love him and everything.
I'm excited about that.
Me too.
Like, I've had the fucking Warhammer lore explained to me once by... I brought my brother-in-law to back in the day when he was in high school. I'd give him a ride to the card shop to go play Magic with his buddies. Mm-hmm. And his friend Henry would just sit in the back and be like, so Derek, would you like to hear the lore of Warhammer 40K? So anyway, he just starts explaining, and I'm like, about 30 minutes in, I'm like, my guy, like, I appreciate this, but... You lost me, man. How do you know what I'm talking about anymore?
You lost the plot. I know nothing about. I like very little.
Spacesuits, monsters, zombies, rats, and shit. I'm down.
And like the ship is piloted by like old Marines that have died, sort of.
Yeah.
It's weird, but I'm down for it. Let's go.
Yeah. Back to the Zack Snyder thing. That movie just looks terrible, and I keep seeing people hype it up. But it's all the people who they just have shitty taste in movies. I'm sorry. Like I'm not saying I have the best taste in movies, but I feel like usually when I make a point when something's bad, I feel like it's on point. You know, to an extent. I mean, for instance, you and I, we we kind of diverge when it comes to Venom.
Yes.
You enjoyed it. You were able to turn your brain off and enjoy it. I couldn't.
That's fair. That's fair.
Enjoy that fucking movie.
But we both agree the second one is hot garbage. So
I only went and saw that piece of shit because I saw it took me 4 times. Was it 4 or 5 times just to finish the first one? But I'm like, all right, let me go see what dumpster fire this is. And
it is a dumpster fire of highest caliber.
And it sucks because the fucking Carnage design was so goddamn good.
Carnage was the only thing good about Carnage was his design.
Yes, fucking Woody Harrelson. He did what he could with what they gave him, and
he honestly he nailed the essence of Cletus Cassidy. I feel, but everything else was just hot garbage.
Yeah, that movie just feels like a fever dream at this point.
It's so bad, dude. Just fucking awful.
But yeah. Anyway, again, back to Zack Snyder and stuff. Anyway. Rebel Moon bullshit, but yeah. So speaking of him, DCEU is no more after the other dumpster fire released this past weekend. That is Aquaman 2. That should have just
here's the thing. Canned. It's getting so Rotten Tomatoes has it at 36 for critic, but the audience is 74. Came out today.
I don't understand how that movie made as much money as it did the first time. It made $1 billion. I like the first
Aquaman. I like it. I think it's obvious. It's one of the best DCEU movies. Now, I know that's not saying a lot, but it is. I think it's arguably one of the best ones.
I couldn't. I watched like the first 15 minutes.
And I hear that a lot, man. I hear that a lot.
I just couldn't do it. I'm also not a big fan of I'm not really a big fan of movies with lots of green screen, especially when you could tell it's green screen. In that movie, man.
Yeah.
Oof, I felt like I was watching 300. I've never seen 300. I've just seen the trailers, and that movie looked terrible.
I like 300, but again, that was a story already done for Zack Snyder, so it's not like he could fuck that up.
That's what you were saying the other day. He can only direct movies of shit he didn't write.
Dude, you want to hear something fucking bit funnier? So after we had this conversation, I found out his highest rated movie on IMDb was written by James Gunn.
Yeah, Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Yep. And what's terrible is that's actually my favorite Zack Snyder movie. And that's not terrible. I guess.
See, mine's 300, and that wasn't even written by him.
But James Gunn actually, he's credited as writing it, but that wasn't his script. Like, someone came in after him and just butchered the whole fucking thing.
They seem to do that a lot.
I was like, how did I not know this was James? Because I was watching it one day. I'm like, I hadn't watched it in a while, to begin, But I was like, oh shit, James Gunn, and I looked into it, and it's like they just butchered his script.
They do that a lot. That sucks. Yeah. You see that all the time. You're like, oh, right, it was written by this guy. And then you're like, oh, no, he wrote the initial draft, and then some asshat came in and just fucking wrecked it.
Yeah.
And then they shot that version.
But yeah, I'm glad that's over with. I'm glad we can now move on with, speaking of, James. Wow, I didn't even connect that in my head till just now. Now James Gunn is running the DCU.
Yep.
But, what I think is cool is that last time we talked about the Batman, and I had mentioned how I'm excited for the Penguin show and the Arkham show that's coming to HBO Max. Recently, it came out though that I think the Gotham PD show, that's the Arkham show. I meant Penguin show.
Yeah.
But the Gotham show is now going to be an Arkham show. Matt Reeves is still going to head it, but it's going to be set in the DCU, separate from the Batman movie.
Yes.
But they're keeping the Batman separate, which I'm like, cool, but also I'm kind of like, at this point, I'm like, just make it canon, dude. Like,
yeah,
it's such a good Batman, but I know James Gunn wants to do the Batman and Robin stuff. You know what I mean?
Which I'm fine with. Because I found out the other day that they had they asked Reeves, they were like, hey, do you want your do you want your Batman in the new DCU? And Reeves
And he
was
said
like,
no,
we're going to do our own thing. And Gunn could have been like, okay, that's cool, we're going to do it anyways. We're taking your Batman.
Yeah.
But he was like, no, okay, that's cool. Go do your Batman, we'll do ours, and I respect that. That's pretty cool. Because he could have just taken Batman and been like, no, we're doing it anyways.
Yeah,
so
and
I'd
see,
much
that's what I
rather
appreciate
have
about
that.
James Gunn. He, I feel like he appreciates other artists and their visions, and like, all right, cool. Well, you want to do your own thing? I mean, it's successful. Like, you know, Gunn sees that it's a thing, and he's like, well, I'm not going to take that from you.
Yeah.
And also, why would he take that from the company he works for? I mean, that's more money, you know.
And Warner Brothers apparently just bleeding cash at this point.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe if they stopped putting out fucking garbage, we wouldn't have this problem. But apparently their next year of slate of movies for the next year and a half is like really solid. I saw the list. I don't have it on me, but it was like a good list of movies that are coming out for them. So
we're not getting anything in 2024, right?
For Warner Brothers?
No, for
no. It
DC.
starts off in 2025 with Batman or Supes. Like they have their TV show, and then that leads into Superman.
That reminds me, I still need to watch Peacemaker.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
Yeah, that's what I hear. What's crazy about Peacemaker is that a lot of people are complaining, oh, you're keeping him? How's that show supposed to be canon with the way that the first season ended? Which that was kind of spoiled for me. But it's like easy, man. You could just like it's now a different universe or something. Or
it's the multiverse, man. You just ignore that shit, just like a lot of other shit does. It's just,
everything.
It's fucking fine, man.
Everything could still happen the exact same way with like one thing altered, which it means none of those characters come back.
Or just during Peacemaker, don't mention anything. It's not that hard.
Yeah. So my ADD brain's just fucking rapid fire right now. Speaking of the ending, you know, because like spoilers, I guess, but I think the Justice League shows up. That's what I saw at least. But anyway, I saw a video where they were interviewing Jason Momoa, and he was talking about when he went in for to meet with Zack Snyder about being in the DCEU.
Yeah,
and he went in thinking he was going in for Lobo.
Yeah,
and he was like,
he's like, oh, he's
all right, yeah, okay, yeah, cool. He's like, I am going in for Lobo, and then Zack Snyder's like, you're gonna play Aquaman, and he's like, what? So like, it even seemed like even to him, he was like, why? Because he is the perfect Lobo. I think we talked about this a year ago.
Yeah.
If not, I just please, and I know
I'm pretty sure he's. I know he's playing Lobo. He's gonna play Lobo.
He met with James Gunn, and he's gotta play Lobo, dude. He is perfect casting. If not him. Back in the day, I feel like Ron Perlman could have pulled it off, but Ron Perlman's too old now. Like,
I feel like there's calls for if they do Batman, like the Killing Joke, not kill, fuck, the Batman for Flashpoint, that they wanted Jeffrey Dean Morgan to play that Batman, because that would have been perfect.
That makes me mad we never got that.
I know, dude.
Are you mean, like, are they trying to get him back again for that? Or?
They were going to, but now that's obviously dead in the water because Flashpoint was so bad.
I mean, I think what they could do is, again, I went back and re-listened to what we talked about last time because I knew we were talking about DC stuff.
Smart.
But, like, at some point they could bring a lot of these characters back. For the or
if they can even bring him.
That's what I was about to say. For Crisis, they could easily bring them in, which would be great. But that's really far down the line, I'm sure.
So speaking of casting and things, we don't know who's playing Batman yet. And the other day,
you talking about in Batman and Robin?
Yeah, the Brave and the Bold. The other day I was watching Reacher. From Amazon Prime.
Is that the Jack Reacher show or whatever?
Yeah. Starring, I believe it's Alan Richardson. He played Aquaman in Smallville, and he was Hawk in Titans. He was also in Blue Mountain State, and I'm stalling while D-Rock Googles him right now.
You're talking about Raphael from
yes.
He was in the suit from the
Like,
I just saw his face. I knew exactly what you said. Aquaman from Smallville, and I'm like, oh, he's talking about Raph.
I knew you would get that as soon as I connected the two. He's Reacher right now, and a fantastic Reacher show. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend checking it out. It's awesome. But there was calls for him to play Batman.
I feel like he'd be a good fit. I'm looking at him right now. I'm like, I can see him playing Bruce Wayne.
And he responded to it. He's like, he would be on, like, one of those things as far as like, fuck yeah, I'll play Batman. I'd be honored to. And I'm like, oh, dude, right, we got Batman. He's so good.
Is he a good actor at least?
Yes, he is. He went from playing like this crazy drug-fueled college student guy, teenager dude in Blue Mountain State to Titans, and then he's now playing a totally stoic, like silent most of the time, Reacher. It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, and the dude is jacked.
And for the record, I mean, he was good as Raph. I liked his Raph movies, what they gave him, but even he talked about that. It was like he wasn't happy about that movie.
Talk about another director who can't fucking direct anything to save their goddamn life.
Bro, I was just about to say, Michael Bay and Zack Snyder are one and the same to me at this point. Both of them, I'm like, just stop giving them movies. Just like that fucking asshole.
No, stop giving them movies that, like, have products tied to them.
Michael Bay needs to go back
to making Bad Boys and explosive movies. Those are good.
Or just, just car commercials and just stay away from movies.
But, like, see, Michael Bay, you can say, oh, that was a good movie. Oh, that was a good movie. I can't do that with Zack Snyder. Because any credit I give to him, I give to anyone else. Like,
it's like, sorry, continue. My bad. I keep interrupting.
I was just going to say, like, 300 was a good movie, but again, he didn't write that, and the acting was amazing. The Watchmen, he didn't write it, and the acting was amazing. I don't credit the directing in that movie. Like, it still has all his long-ass establishing shots.
Yeah. Another director who they need to stop giving movies to is David Gordon Green. I had to look up his name and make sure I get it right, because I know his last name was Green. He did the new Halloween trilogy, and he did the most recent Exorcist movie. Okay. And apparently, I'm looking at his previous movies, which were Pineapple Express, which didn't like that one either.
Yeah, because I remember that, because the guy from Exorcist was like, I waited this long to see a sequel to my movie directed by the fucking Pineapple guy. He was not impressed.
No. And after what he did to the Halloween franchise, man, and then I heard Exorcist was bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, stop giving that man movies, because he butchered the Halloween movies, dude. Like, I saw
the first one. It was I really enjoyed it.
See, and that's the thing. Everyone really enjoyed it. Everyone talked good about it. But me personally, when I watched it, I was like, I could have did without this. And then you watch the second one, and you're like, when that one ends, you're like, oh boy.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then you watch the third one, and you're like, what are you doing, man?
I feel like that's just... Sorry, go ahead.
The third one, if it wasn't a Halloween movie, Michael Myers movie,
yeah,
it would have been a good movie. But the fact that it's a Halloween movie, Michael Myers is in it for like a minute total.
I feel like that's like every Halloween movie, though. Like, it's like the movies go from like, oh, this is great, to like every sequel just getting progressively worse. Like, I enjoyed the first Rob Zombie Halloween.
Oh, I fucking love that movie. See,
but the second one movie is terrible.
I don't remember. I went and saw it. I don't remember. But see, I feel like I'm in the minority, and now that I know you're happy, most people don't like the Rob Zombie version. That's actually my favorite version. You want to know why?
I think it's a pretty good movie.
Because he's fucking terrifying in that movie.
He's scary.
Large, and he is fucking brutal. Now, I get Rob Zombie. It's got his tone. It's always like a white trash kind of thing.
That's kind of why I've never watched his
House of
movies.
1,000 Corpses.
Yeah, I just was like, I don't think it's gonna be any good for me. Like, I just
all right.
You keep telling me they're good. I just was like,
House of, on a cult level. Now, again, I enjoy them for what they are, and the more I watch them over the years, the more and more, especially nowadays where movies are like. So I went and saw House of 1,000 Corpses on the big screen. It was in October. You can go to theaters and see it, and I was super stoked. And I watched it. I left. I was like, okay, cool. Got to watch that movie that I've seen and I pretty much know like the back of my hand.
Mm-hmm.
But the more I watch it, I'm like, because I hyped it up the previous year. I was like, oh, y'all gotta watch this movie. It's crazy. But after watching it, I'm like, it wasn't as brutal as I remember. But maybe I've watched it so many times, I'm kind of desensitized to it now. But because there's some fucked up shit in that movie. But I don't know. I like it. I like it what it is. It's very You could tell the Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes. But yeah. I enjoy it. But when you get to the second one, Devil's Rejects, it takes place the next day, but in vastly different tone. Just brutal and fucked up. Like, that one is fucked up. Like, it is, jeez. Then the third one, I hate that.
I didn't even know there was.
I remember what the third one's called.
I didn't know
there is, yeah. Sid Haig was sick, and he couldn't, reprise his character for long, so he was only in it briefly, and they replaced him with somebody else.
He passed away,
character. Right? Yeah, I met him. It was pretty cool. I wish I could have got a better picture. The picture I have with him, the lighting's weird. It's overhead lighting, so I got this weird shadow over my eye. I don't know. I just look stupid, but I gotta sign a poster. It's somewhere around here. I gotta hang it up. But anyway. Back to what we're talking about, like with the directors and shit. Yeah, don't give David Gordon Green movies anymore.
Or David Watiki. Watiki. What the hell's his name?
What?
I said David Watiki. You got me on. Why Taika? You got me on David Watiki. I'm combining directors now. Don't give him any more movies, man.
No,
please stop.
Stop fucking hyping that man up. Like he's funny, cool. I guess. I love Korg. Him as Korg is awesome. But Jesus fucking Christ, man! Yeah. Like, everyone loved Ragnarok. I wasn't a fan of it. I did not like.
Who's everyone? I don't think everyone liked Ragnarok, man.
Huh?
I don't think everybody liked Ragnarok.
Bro, anyone I talked to, they're like, "That movie's fucking great. It's hilarious." Bro.
Oh yeah, no. I was thinking. Sorry, you're right. I'm thinking. No, I liked Ragnarok. It was Love and Thunder that was fucking awful.
Love and Thunder. It's like, okay, he's like, yeah,
because the tone doesn't match the source material.
I'm gonna do it again this one. I gave him a British accent,
but like fucking tripled down on it.
Yeah, not good, man. And the only good thing about that movie was Gord the God Butcher and what's his face, Christian Bale. Man, he did really good. He needed more to do in that movie, but
because again, they took a cool storyline of Thor losing his Thorness and Jane becoming Thor.
They kept making they would make jokes after cancer shit. Spoilers. That's what's wrong with her.
I mean, that's what I do, but that's because I'm dark and twisted. Like,
no, but I mean, like, it's like, I don't know, man. It's like, it could have been so much better. I enjoyed the comic when. Like,
the comic's great when you get past the fact that Marvel lied out his ass initially about what it was. Marvel.
What do you mean?
Oh, because initially they're like, oh, she's not Lady Thor, blah, blah, blah. She's Thor, blah, blah, blah. We're like, nah, she's Lady Thor. Good, stop.
Oh, well, she's the Mighty Thor.
I'm fine with that. I got no beef with it. Her run was amazing.
It's like Gwen Stacy. It's like you're like Spider Gwen. No, she's Ghost Spider.
Oh my god,
she's Spider Gwen.
There's still people that argue up and down that her name is fucking Spider Gwen. I'm like, she has a fucking comic out called Ghost Spider. Her name is Ghost Spider. She's not gonna go into the universe being like, my name's Spider Gwen. I said the other day, and I was like, my name's not Anthony Spider. Like, I'm not gonna go out and be like, that's my name. Like, fucking idiots.
To be honest, though, when she first came out, her first few runs were called Spider-Gwen.
Yeah, but in the book, she wasn't called Spider-Gwen.
Oh, no. I know. I get it 100%. But I still call her Spider-Gwen, just like I'll call Thor Lady, I'll call Lady Thor Lady Thor.
That's fine. I'm okay with
Thor
that.
and Thor.
Yeah.
But,
well, because, like, he was Thor Odin's son, and she was Thor.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I guess that makes sense. But, like, anyway, the run's still good. Like, it's a great run when she was that. And then she died and she became cool. And then they're like, oh, shit, we can't kill Jane Foster, so we'll bring her back as a Valkyrie. Comics. I went on almost a whole rant today, speaking of comics, that I really hate people who don't read comics and think they know comic stuff. Because it all ties back to Wolverine, with people being like, Wolverine doesn't do this. Because it was some guy posted that, like, it was Wolverine jumping on a tree branch. And they're like, Wolverine's like 1,200 pounds. He wouldn't be jumping through a forest on trees. And I'm like, fuck off. That was my basic, like, response. Right there, also, your face does it all, man. It's like, come on.
He could probably, like, control his weight the way he lands, because that's the other thing. Do people think he's actually like 6 foot and really tall? The man's like 5'3" in the comic. He's people fucking tiny, dude.
People just base what they know off of random shit. It just drives me up the fucking wall, dude.
Don't get me started, man.
And like, if I don't know something, I look it up. But like, fuck, I know a lot of comic book shit. It's just fucking
claim
irritating.
to know everything.
I don't.
Dude, it's like again, we're gonna go back to the Batman, Matt Reeves. Every motherfucker watched that movie. Fuck this movie. Oh, you like emo Batman? Motherfucker, you ever read a goddamn comic? You ever read a fucking comic? Batman is emo as fuck. That man still.
But everybody wants Batman to be the Dark Knight Batman. But he hasn't been that Batman in 20 years, man. He's got like a whole Bat family now. He's like Bat Dad.
Are you talking about old Batman? When he's old and been through a bunch of shit?
Yeah, dude. Like, that's not who Batman is right now.
Dude, it's not. And if you read any Batman comic, dude, any monologue, he's sad because he lost his parents. He's sad because of this. You know, he's just an emo dude. I don't know. The people are just fucking stupid. Oh, I'll
tell you right now. Batman in the comic books lost his goddamn mind. He thinks he's Killmonger or whatever the hell his name is. He's on autopilot right now because they broke him.
Did they?
Oh yeah, he's broken in the comics right now, dude. Just straight up God. He's off his nut. Like,
so is he not? Does he not even do the Bruce Wayne persona anymore?
No, he's off his fucking chain right now, dude.
Interesting. I haven't read it in a while. I have been behind on years.
You know who the big important person is in fucking the DC comics right now? That's kind of leading a lot of shit. Nightwing.
I was about to say, it's Nightwing.
Yeah, they push Nightwing to the forefront.
That's good.
It's like, dude, you guys don't know stuff because you're not reading stuff. Just I don't even read Batman comics. I just Google shit.
I prefer to read them.
Yeah, me too. After a while, I go back and read shit. But it's still like, damn, people just don't know shit. Like, you don't know shit, go look it up. That applies to anything in life, people. Like, I don't claim to know everything. Like, this Madam Web movie that comes out. I don't know Madam Web. I don't know half the spider people in it.
Bro.
I vaguely know them.
Madam Web shit makes no sense. So, okay, my only knowledge of Madam Web is from when
the 90s cartoon when she was an old chick.
I didn't even get that far in the 90s cartoon. What I know of her is from the Spider-Verse comics when the Spider-Verse initially came out. You know, that whole the big run. Mm-hmm. Like, she's an old lady in that. Yeah,
turns out that Madam Web is dead, and it's a new one who used to be one of the Spider people. And that's what's going on in the comic, or the cartoon, or the movie.
Okay, so the old one is dead, and now she's a new one?
Yeah, that was a new Madam Web, which was the old Spider-Woman. But not Jessica Drew, the other Spider-Woman.
So, does she know that she was previously Spider-Woman, or...
Yes, she knows.
Yeah, so in the trailer... Wait, what'd you see? You said spoilers?
No. I don't fucking know. I don't even know what the movie they're doing this.
because in the trailer she doesn't seem like she's got powers or like she knows she's like a Spider Woman.
I think they're I think they're just going with she's going to be Madam Web without the spider things because she becomes Spider. I think she's Spider Woman before she's Spider Madam Web now. In the comic,
in the movie, I
think they're just making her Madam Web.
Okay.
Because they've already got Arachnid and the other 3 spider people whose name I'm blanking on. Because, like I said, I don't know a lot about them because they're new spider people.
So in the movie, they haven't confirmed that she's the second Madam Web, right?
No.
But you're just going on assumption that that's what that is.
Yeah, I'm guessing. I don't know.
Because of the comics?
Sony. They'll probably fuck something up.
It's so stupid. We're gonna have a spider.
I'm still mad about fucking Spider-Man 29 being a dick as much as he is in the fucking movie.
Yeah, I was hoping.
Hashtag not my Miguel.
He'd be cool. Well, that's because he's not your Miguel. He's a multiverse version of Miguel. He's the dickhead version.
Kind of like Ben Reilly. Fuck.
Yep.
I'm so mad at everything that is Ben Reilly. Why does Marvel hate him? In the movie, they turned him into this 90s muscle-bound douche, which was hilarious in the movie, don't get me wrong, but that's not Ben Reilly. And then now in the comics, he's Chasm, and he's bad, and why does Marvel hate him so much? Also, you know what I was thinking of the other day? I'm going to go off on a tangent, because that's what we like to do. Why doesn't Marvel or Sony just make a movie with one of the spider clones?
Why doesn't Sony?
Yeah. Why don't they just make a Scarlet Spider movie?
That's a really good fucking question.
Or use Kang and make the Spectacular Spider-Man or something.
Yeah.
He's got 2 clones you could make a movie off of. Ben Reilly and Kang.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know.
And you barely have to mention he's a clone.
Why not just be like, all right, we're going to do our own thing. Just bring Andrew Garfield back. Because he seemed like he wanted to do it. Just make him the Spider-Man of those universes that you're doing. So it won't affect the MCU. We get Tom Holland over there.
You could have Scarlet Spider. You could have Kane's Spider-Man. And you could have 2099. Why you didn't make a 2090 live action, I don't know.
No. Do not give Sony Spider-Man 2099. Let MCU handle that because Sony would fuck. Sony would fuck that shit up.
Dude, I just want to see the Scarlet suit and the fucking 2099 suit in live action. I just want them.
No, I feel you. I want them to, but I want the cyberpunk city of Spider-Man 2099 to look good. I want it to be badass. And Sony will fuck it up with their stupid fucking jokes, their corny ass, outdated
But
humor.
That's Marvel does the same fucking thing.
But yes and no. Like, they at least do it in a way where I can tolerate it.
That's fair.
Sony, no.
Yeah. I don't have faith in Sony doing anything. Sony would make a 2099 villain movie before they would make a Spider-Man movie.
Is there some kind of like contract thing where it's like where they can't do that? Oh, you can't use the other Spider-Man?
There must be.
Because I thought that's actually.
Because why wouldn't? That's what I would do if I was Sony. I would be like, oh well, we can't use fucking.
They're stupid.
We can't use Spider-Man, so let's use Scarlet Spider.
See, and I actually thought that's who that was going to be revealed to be in the Madam Web trailer. But that's some person I've never even fucking heard of. When you look it up in the comics, dude.
Yeah, he's like one of the villains, the Moreland guys.
Yeah, again, but I feel like it's more recent, or like I've never.
Oh, Ezekiel, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, Ezekiel's. Yeah. He's. You're getting kind of in the Clone Wars stuff, and that's the Clone Saga, not Wars. That's Star Wars.
I know what you meant, man.
The Clone Saga, and that is one of the most horrible fucking things ever because they refuse to end it. But we got Ben Reilly out of it, and I love Ben Reilly.
Marvel, it's still going?
Marvel, no, it's done now, but they kept making the mandate to make it longer and longer and longer.
Oh.
Yeah. Because it was selling so well. And then it's
yeah.
stopped, and they finally fucking ended it. But Marvel has a history of just being like, fuck you, Spider-Man. Your clones suck. We don't like you being married. Even though in other continuities you're allowed to be married, in this one you're not, so you sold your soul and your wedding to fucking Mephisto, and that's cool, but we're never going to change that. It's a whole thing. It's not a good thing, but it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not good, dude. Not at all.
That's my problems with comics. It's just trying to, just keep up with it. There's so much. There's so many different versions.
Yeah. Well, like I said, man, just pick a book and jump in. Find out where it is. That's what I do. I lose the fucking plot all the time, and then I just hop back in. I'm like, whatever.
I might try. I was thinking about, trying to get some more soon. Try to get back in. I got a bunch of comics back there that I haven't even fucking graphic novels bought. I'm going to read them. Never did.
It happens all the time, though. I'll be in the middle of a thing, I'll forget what happens, and then I'll just be like, where are we at? Okay, this started a new arc, jump in.
That's how it was with some of the mangas I've been reading. It'll be so long in between that, I don't remember what's happening.
Yeah.
And I'll either go back and reread, or, I'll just jump back in. I started rereading my One Punch Man one. I picked up volume 3, and I was like, I don't really remember what happened last, but it's fine. I kind of remember the anime a little bit, so...
Speaking of anime,
but yeah,
how do you feel about this One Piece reboot that they're gonna redo the whole fucking thing?
I'm excited about it because from what I'm gathering, granted, I don't know if it's been 100% confirmed or not. It basically, I'm looking at it as in it's gonna be the Kai of One Piece, and even though a lot of people tell me that, oh, there's not much filler in One Piece.
Yes, there is.
1,000 goddamn fucking episodes. I'm excited to watch it because 1, animation will be better.
Mm-hmm.
2, granted, apparently it's gotten better over time, but I'm not gonna watch 500 fucking episodes till it gets fucking good, which is what people keep telling me. And
I started the One Piece anime.
No one stops me. No one's like, oh no, it gets good around a few episodes in. Everyone's like, yeah, you're right. It doesn't get good till episode 300 or something. I'm like, fuck that. 2. Hopefully they'll get better voice actors because the voice actor for Luffy. Oh,
somebody told me that, and then they're like, "Yeah, they switch him out not 300." And I was like, season 2, and I was like, "All right," because he's I can't sit through it for the most part. I started it because I was like, I wanted to watch the first saga before I finished the live action.
There's 2 different versions.
Yeah,
there's the 4Kids version,
which is just the worst ever.
Yes. And then there's the updated version, but I thought it was the same voice actor all the way through. I thought they just kept the same voice actor and had them come back.
I'm not sure. I'm watching it on Crunchyroll, so I have no idea who is who.
Yeah. Hold on. One Piece, Luffy, English.
It's the same reason I can't watch Dragon Ball Z in Japanese, because I can't stand Japanese. So Goku sounds like a child.
I 100% agree.
Plus, actually, I don't care if it's subs or dubs, so I won't die on any of those hills, and I don't care if people don't like me for it.
No, I 100% agree, man. I can't concentrate on the words.
Yeah. I watched the first season of Attack on Titans in dubs, and that was amazing. But I watched the rest of it in English.
So. You watched it in subbed, you mean? You said
yeah. Sorry, subbed. And then the rest of it, I rewatched the entire thing afterwards in dubbed.
So, I'm a big horror movie fan. Mm-hmm. You know, people who know me know. Some of my favorite horror movies are foreign films. It's a movie series called Wreck. It's a Spanish film. It's in Spanish. But I haven't watched a foreign movie in a long time where I had to read subtitles. Okay, because again, if people know me, I usually complain about watching anime. Anime's too actiony. A lot is going on for me to focus on the words at the bottom. I'd rather just hear them.
Yeah.
Rather than, I feel like in live action movies, you can read and still pay attention to what's going on, I guess. But I went and saw Godzilla -1 a few weeks ago. Phenomenal fucking movie.
I hear very good things, and as a big Godzilla fan, I need to go see it.
Yeah. So while watching that movie, I went in knowing it's subbed, it's not English voice actor style. I made it through the whole movie. Didn't feel like I was missing anything. Paid attention. It's really good. It actually kind of made me want to go back and finally check out some of the older Godzilla movies and maybe watch some other movies that I haven't seen yet that are subbed. But yeah, I won't watch anime. If I have the English voice actor option,
go for
to
it.
watch it.
Yeah, go for it.
In the fucking language that I speak, I'm gonna watch it. I'm sorry.
See, like, I used to not have closed captioning on, and then my parents always had closed captioning on their TV on, because, like, there's a lot going on always everywhere kind of thing in the house.
Yeah,
so it was always on. So I just got used to having it on. So I turn it on with everything. So once you're used to having that down there, it's kind of like second nature. You see both. You see the action. You see everything that's going on. That's how I kind of look at it. Once I got used to having it there, because I used to, like, when they put it on, I was like, oh, fuck, this is irritating as hell. But once you get used to having it and seeing it on the screen all the time, you're just like, yeah, whatever, it's there. And I can focus on both things at the same time.
See, this is going to sound really dumb on my part, but, like, I am the same way where, like, as time's gone on, we watch everything with captions on it. Granted, I also have kids, really loud, but having the captions on helps me miss what I didn't hear. I'm not, like, having to, like, focus on it. It's like I glance, I'm like, oh, I get it. But with watching, like, subbed anime, it's like you've got these people yelling a different language at you. That you're trying to read it in English, but they're still going, and it's like a two words.
Yeah.
Or, like.
Yeah, I guess it all depends on the subtitles too on there, right?
Yeah, but, like, I don't know. I prefer the sub over the dub, but I'm excited for One Piece. I've had an interest in it, but I feel like this is a good way to get new people into it, and
it definitely got me watching it. So, and I hate filler. Filler, like, it's one of the reasons I don't watch a lot of anime. Like, I hate slice of life, and I hate filler. So
just watch One Punch Man. There's no filler. It's a funny show. It's just 2 seasons.
Yeah, I've got it's on my list. It's on my list of things. So many lists of things.
Good.
Anyways, guys, that is going to do it for us today on the TalkingBull podcast. I'd like to thank my co-host for helping me out today. Appreciate it.
No problem, but I'm glad we finally got to do this. And we will be more consistent.
Yes.
I will make the effort to be like, Anthony, we're doing this. It's not going to be another fucking year. It's not going to be like my podcast that I did with Anthony 4 or 5 fucking years ago.
Yep.
It's been like 3 years.
Yeah.
That I recorded with somebody else. There was another episode after with Anthony, still sitting on my desktop.
Yep.
That was real fast. I know you're trying to go, but
no, you're good, dude.
Let me see. When was this? It was 11/9/2021.
Nice. That's good, dude. That's good. That's good.
And I feel so bad. But anyway, yes. Take it away, Anthony. I'm sorry.
No problem, man. No problem. So, like I said, more consistency. Podcast coming at you. Audio, video, TikTok clips, everything. Have it linked down below. Next week, I'll have more of what they are. But again, thank you for joining us, and I will see you next time on the TalkingBull podcast. Peace.
Deuces.